is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going. What is good, YouTube? It's Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I just wanted to talk about Terry Rozier for a little bit just because I feel like this was a guy that a lot of people criticized his contract and they felt like he really wasn't that good and he wouldn't live up to the contract, and the fact that they overpaid him and he's not really a starting caliber player, and the emergence of Devontae Graham, a guy that came out of nowhere, really worked on his game, really improved, and was able to really make Charlotte a more competitive team and a better team than most of us thought. Even though they still one of the worst teams in basketball, they was a lot more feisty and a lot more competitive than we thought coming in. But I think that Terry Rozier has had a season that a lot of people have slept on. He didn't have an all-star season or this superstar season, but considering that majority of the people doubted that he would live up to the contract, a majority of people doubted that he was actually a starting caliber player coming into the season and after he signed the contract with the Charlotte Hornets, it looks like Terry Rozier probably made the right decision. And when I made my analysis on him signing with the Hornets, he wanted to be a starter. He wanted the minutes. He wanted the opportunity. So I feel like it was a good chance. If you feel like you're a starter and they're willing to pay you and give you that role, why not take it? You know, why not try to prove it to yourself? This is what you believe you can do. This is what you feel that you can do, and you feel that you can accomplish this goal. Why not take that chance? Why not take that opportunity? I know Boston wanted to keep him. I know some other teams had interest in him, but ultimately Charlotte gave him everything that he wanted. It was just time for him to do his part and just go out there, learn your teammates, build chemistry, and hoop. And at the end of the day, that's what he has done. And when you look at the numbers alone, Charlotte is one of the worst teams, but it's not just because of Terry Rozier. It's just because they're young and they don't know how to win. But he's shooting a career high 15 shots a game. He's shooting 42% from the field, 40% from three on 6.7 attempts, 87% from the free throw line, which is a career high, but he's only shooting 3 free throws a game, which is also a career high. He's giving you 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 18 points per game. Those are starting caliber numbers, and those are numbers that's respectable. I know he's not the greatest defender. I know he's not the greatest passer, but considering that Charlotte really has trouble finding competitive talent, they have trouble getting talent to come to Charlotte. He was a solid pickup for them. Even though Devontae Graham showed that he can really be a great scorer too in the future, Terry Rozier has been more consistent, and his numbers are better, if not on the same page as Devontae Graham. A lot of us expected Terry Rozier to put up better numbers just because he was in the opportunity. He had an opportunity to play more minutes and get more shots, and as a result, the more usage you get, the more chances you get, the higher your number should go because you're playing more minutes and taking more shots. But honestly, this is probably his best season easily. This is the worst talent he has had around him, but at the same time, he still was able to be effective. He still was able to, fit right in with his team. So if I'm Michael Jordan, what is the ceiling for Terry Rozier? How good do they expect him to be? What do they want from him? Because right now they're getting a solid starting player, and that's what I believe that they thought they was getting. So he has lived up to that. Hopefully he can stay healthy. I think that's going to be important because if you want to see this contract through, if you feel like Terry Rozier got another level that he can go through, he needs to be healthy and he needs to continue to develop and play with his teammates. And I want to see it happen because I wasn't one of the people that doubted him. I wasn't one of the people that questioned if he could do it. I just wanted to see it. And it's because we seen Terry Rozier play some minutes and we knew that he could play when he was in Boston. I'm a Celtics fan for people that don't know. Terry Rozier showed that he can be a solid player in this league given the minutes and the opportunities. We just never seen it as the whole load is on him like he is in Charlotte. But the numbers aren't bad. They're actually pretty good. And nobody's really talking about Terry Rozier, considering that he was one of the most talked about players in free agency, just because most people thought he was going to flop and fail in Charlotte. And instead, he had a solid season. Probably better than what a lot of other people would have guessed that he would have had, because his numbers are up all across the board and his efficiency isn't terrible, considering that he never was a highly efficient player even when he had a lot of talent in Boston. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm enjoying the fact that he took the challenge. He betted on himself, and he felt like he can accomplish his goal. And to me, this gonna sound kind of funny, but I think he has proved his doubters wrong this season. And now it's just about being consistent. Can you do it again? Can you stay healthy? Can you play at a higher level? Can you get to that all-star caliber level? And it's going to be tough because Charlotte is a bad team, and they most likely going to be bad for years. And Terry Rozier isn't the youngest guy, in my personal opinion. He's only 26, and um, he got a couple years left on that contract, so he doesn't really fit the timeline when you look at big picture, just because he's older than most of the guys they want to build around right now. But he's also not that old, and him and Devontae Graham give them a speedy backcourt that can knock down shots and play on and off the ball and attack the rim and put a lot of pressure on the defense. So them being a score first point guards really put a lot of pressure on the defense, and it opens up opportunities for their teammates. But their teammates just aren't where they need to be. Charlotte has been like that for the last 20 years. They only been competitive probably 2 to 3 years out of these last 20, just because it's hard to get talent. So that's one reason why I didn't really feel like the Terry Rozier signing was that terrible, just because I knew he can play and I knew what he was capable of as a Celtics fan. So to me, if I'm Terry Rozier, this season was a success. He played at a level that a lot of people doubted that he could. He's putting up decent numbers for his situation, and the fact that he really proved that he can be a starting point guard in this league, given the opportunity and given the minutes. He has done that too. Now it's just about how can he get this team to the playoffs. Kemba put up spectacular All NBA type numbers last season, and they still didn't even make the playoffs. That's how hard it is to build a great team in Charlotte. That's how hard it is to get great teammates to come to Charlotte to play with you. Terry Rozier is not a guy that people are running to play with. Neither is Miles Bridges. Neither is Devontae Graham. So they're going to have to do it through the draft. The sad part about it, they haven't developed and drafted well for so long, and there's been a big reason why Charlotte has struggled to stay competitive, just because their young players haven't developed the way they needed to, and they haven't drafted the guys that's hungry enough to want to improve. Plus, they don't really have the salary or the attraction for free agents to want to come to Charlotte, so they have to trade for them. But they don't really have pieces that you're in a rush to take or really interested in wanting, which makes it harder for them to get better and makes it harder for them to be a lock for the playoffs when you have so many things going against you. It's tough, it's hard, but eventually they'll get it right. It may not be with Terry Rozier, but every team have a span where they get things to go their way and they can make a run. We don't know when it's going to happen for Charlotte. It's been a long time coming if it does happen, but all you can do is stay the course and be patient. And when things fall into place, try to take advantage of it. And if not, they're going to be rebuilding for a long time, because they still have no players that I really see that's going to be the next superstars in the league. But then again, if they continue to be bad, maybe they can hit the lottery and get a franchise-changing player in the draft and then build around him, which they haven't done since Kemba, but they never was really a competitive team with him either. So he wasn't the guy that changed a franchise to a dynasty. He wasn't the guy that changed a franchise to a consistent playoff team. But that doesn't mean he failed, because Kemba has exceeded expectations and mostly was done in Charlotte, as he improved his game significantly each and every year till he became one of the better players in the league. So it's all about developing and hitting right on your draft picks, and hopefully they get some luck and get a chance to really be competitive in the future. But right now, this team is very feisty. They're very competitive. They love to compete. They fight every game. They have some interesting pieces. The only thing they don't have is a superstar. It's harder to get a superstar than you think, especially when you're not getting a number one pick. But they still have an opportunity to do that. And if they continue to be bad, like I said before, they might be able to get a guy that can change their franchise going in the future. But right now, they a team that got some little pieces, some interesting players, and if they got the work ethic, they can be special. But we still have to see that come to fruition because they had that for the last 20 years and they still haven't been able to put it all together. So what I gotta say is I like what Terry Rozier did. I feel like he did deserve the money a little bit. I feel like they had to overpay a little bit because nobody really wants to go to Charlotte. And he did put up solid numbers. He did prove that he can be a starting caliber player. And he did show I can play. So he proved a lot of people wrong this year. Now it's about doing it for multiple years. And that's what we have to see in the future. But other than that, if you like this video, check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook for everybody that liked on Facebook already. Thanks for the love and support. Thanks for everybody that liked the video already if you got to this point. And if you haven't, please like. I make videos just like this each and every day. I also make NBA breakdowns of players in Summer League and also young NBA rookies. So if you love rookie breakdowns, if you love player breakdowns, I also bring that to the table. If you love the game of basketball, I make videos every single day for you guys. So subscribe. And also, like I said, check out my spread shirt. You can find merchandise that'll be in the description and in the comment section below. But not only that, at the end of the day, I enjoy making these videos. You guys love watching, and I got more to come for the rest of the year. Whether the season start or not, I'm going to still bring out videos each and every day because I love doing this. But other than that, Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, I'm gone. And also, become part of the family by subscribing. Other than that, let me know what you guys think about Terry Rozier in the comment section below.